When you can get over the no contact freak out, no contact kind of acts like a true serum. It really is going to give you so much valuable information that's very hard to get otherwise about what your ex is thinking and what you really want and what you're really thinking. And what I mean by that is when we first go no contact, especially if we have attachment wounds and especially if we do it comprehensively. And so what I mean by that is blocking not just your ex, but their friends, their family, anywhere where you can see pictures of them, stories of them. We want to block on Venmo, LinkedIn, location sharing, all the things. So when you do it properly, understandably, there's probably going to be a bit of a freak out. Your brain is likely going to go haywire, coming up with a million stories about what they're then going to do because you've trained yourself, not on purpose, but it's a protective mechanism to think that having more information is going to keep you feeling better and keep you safe, which really isn't true. And I could do another video myth busting that. But because your brain has convinced you that, and your nervous system, that you need that information in order to protect yourself, when you don't have the information, you're probably going to freak out. It also might put you into a form of withdrawal. When we experience romantic rejection, especially if we have abandonment wounds, that perception of rejection can create the neurotransmitter profile of an addict. You can look at the work of Dr. Helen Fisher to study this more. But your dopamine goes up when you have interaction with that person, even if it's not direct interaction. And so you get that distance, your dopamine is going to plummet. The reward center of your brain is going to be hungry, essentially desperate for more of that dopamine. What also happens is that your serotonin can be lower in this stage as well. And serotonin modulates decision making in the prefrontal cortex. So it becomes harder to make decisions and kind of think about what is going to help us in anything other than the present moment. You also might freak out because you will start to, whether it's conscious or subconscious, notice all of the roles that that person was fulfilling in your life and the needs that they were meeting, and those won't necessarily be immediately met or fulfilled, and that can be really scary as well. So for all of these reasons and more, you will probably have the no contact freak out, and there's a good chance that your ex might have the no contact freak out. If they're a DA who's completely deactivated, they may not, but eventually as time goes on, typically what happens is for both parties, they get over that initial kind of spasm. That's where no contact starts to act like a truth serum, because that's where your conscious brain comes back online versus that reptilian primal survival brain. You start to find ways to meet some of those needs. You get a little bit of distance, you get a little bit of clarity from the hindsight. You can start to examine the relationship a little bit better. Plus, you quite literally have more brain space to think about the relationship and focus on, and not from the place of what are they doing, but you can fill that space with intentional thought. And again, sort of observation about what was really going on here. And from that place, you and this other person may be likely to get a true sense of if you actually want to be together. And you might get a sense of, okay, yeah, now the grief is coming online. I really did care deeply about this person. And maybe there is a part of you that still wants to reconcile, but that's valuable information to have. We don't want to just want to desire reconciliation from a place of survival and desperation. We want to come at it, again, from a very rational, conscious, logical place. Or you may find that, and I will say this is the vast majority of my clients, if not basically all of them, maybe one or two out of hundreds and hundreds, who decided after it that they really did want to reconcile. And most of them just end up realizing they don't want the person back, even when it's painful. So that is just another win-win for going no contact. And let me know if you have any questions. I would love to hear your thoughts.